Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to another Crow Gaming video, and today we're gonna talk about learning from a DeRank game. No one likes deranking, especially if you're solo queuing like me. It can sometimes feel like the game's team comp or matchmaking system is a little out of date. However, instead of blaming the game or your teammates like most people do, let's try to learn from our mistakes and see how we can improve. With the new season coming out, and hopefully a more improved rank system, I'm going to try to solo queue to Diamond. I need to learn from my mistakes and actually watch my old footage to see how I can actually improve. This game you're about to see is my DeRank game of my main account, which is at plat 2. So let's go round by round and try to highlight some things that we can learn and maybe fix in our next game. The first round usually determines in Valorant the next 1 or 2 rounds because of eco, so it's really important to have a good start. Unfortunately for our team, this didn't happen. Round 1 was kinda uneventful for me as a Sage. I bought full utility and a classic, which is pretty standard. However, my team got overrun in mid, which on Ascent is so crucial to hold. This is where I made my first mistake, and I know round 1 you already made a mistake. Well, yeah. I try to close the door without actually properly peeking first, so I get punished. Let's now jump to round 4. Unfortunately for me, rounds 2 and 3, I really didn't do much. My team actually fragged out, which secured us 2 wins, which turned the negative of losing round 1 into a positive for us. At the start of the round, the enemy team got a pick in mid, so I walled off B main to help out with mid. Right now I'm in a bad spot, and I probably know I'm going to die here, so if you're in a compromised spot like this, your job as defender is to out-trade somebody. What do I mean by out-trade? Well, a good trade for attacker side is a 1-to-1. So one person dies on defender and one person dies on attacking. So on defending, you want at least 2 people if you're gonna go down in a blaze of glory. I do that here, which is good for our team. Also, getting 2 frags here is a good confidence booster considering I started out 0-2. Come out in round 4, we wanted to be a little bit aggressive on the B side, so we pushed up at the start of the round. However, unfortunately for me and my mechanical skill, it just wasn't there. My crosshair placement was totally bad on this engagement. If you're like me and have no CSGO experience, it's kind of a foreign concept to pre-aim your crosshair on someone's head, and I think a lot of times my engagements, I'm aiming at the chest level. As you can see in this replay, when I peek him, my crosshair is directly on his chest, whereas it should be on his head. Let's fast forward a couple rounds. The score is now 6-3, and we need to do something creative. My teammates say we need to switch it up, and I say to the Phoenix, hey, we can play aggressive here on B main. This is a good example of communicating with your teammates even when you're losing, because you're just going to continue to lose more if you don't try something else. This 2k at the start pretty much secures the round, as now it's a 4v2. So I'm able to secure the 3rd kill, which is always nice to get a 3k, but more importantly the score is 6-4 and it's starting to even out the score. It's now 6-5, and the thing going into my mind before half is trying to even out the score. This is where I made another mistake of mine, which is being too aggressive when you don't have to be. I'm not usually an aggressive player, I usually like to sit back and pick off people. However, sometimes, just like any player, you can be a little bit too over-aggressive or too ambitious. I take a bad peek here on Heaven coming out of smoke, and I get punished for it. Coming into round 14 here, we just lost the pistol round to start off the half. Losing gives us 2 options. We either force or we full save. Looking back, it's 5-8, so we should have probably forced here. Also because we probably know the enemy team's gonna force. This really isn't an individual mistake, but going back over the footage, you can kind of see how even not necessarily an individual mistake can lead to a loss, but also not communicating with your team of what you should do can lead to a loss. We essentially run into B with just classics and get stalled immediately. Getting stalled here, plus only having classics, can't happen. You have to push through and you have to get trades. This is a problem we see a lot in gold or plat, where it won't happen in diamond, where people just sit there and wait for the entry fraggers to go in and nothing happens. Coming into round 15, it's now 9-5. Because we full saved on the last round, the theory is if we full buy, we should secure the round and make it 6-9. This is probably the most important round in the game, because losing this on a full buy means that you're probably going to lose the next round as well, and that would make it 11-5. Meaning the defensive team needs to secure 2 rounds, putting a lot of pressure on the attacking team to execute every single round. As you can probably guess, we lost this round. But why? The reason that we lost the round was because honestly, a couple people on our team were tilted over the past round. We had comms for Omen to do one thing and he did another, so obviously people were yelling at him. What's important in that situation is not to let it bother you. The game is still open and we could have probably won it. However, this round was probably the most important and no one really understood that. We had no plan going in because everyone was just yelling at each other. We ended up playing a slight default with no really attack plan. This lack of coordination and team comps is ultimately your own fault because you had the ability to say something but you didn't. Playing this default and having no plan led to people taking bad peeks and ultimately leaving me in a 1v4 situation, which I'm not going to win. Here we are at the final round. Spoiler alert, we lost. How did we lose this round, you ask? Well, it's kind of more of the same. No comms before the rounds start, everyone's kind of doing their own thing and trying to get picks by themselves. We had Phoenix peeking in mid, we had an Omen TPing aggressively because he watched a Flex Ninja video. Everything that could go wrong went wrong in the last couple of rounds for us, and the reason was because of comms. A lot of Platinum players, in my experience, just think they're better than they are mechanically, which to say I'm also bad. Like, this is why I'm making this video. It's because I'm not good. My crosshair placement sucks sometimes. Sometimes I don't counter strafe perfectly. But you have to be honest with yourself, and if you play badly, then you play badly. You know, it's just a game, and only you can learn from your own mistakes. The mindset of saying, oh, my team just sucked that round, or oh man, like I was good but my ping was off, or my frames are dropping. These are all just excuses for you not to self-reflect and get better at the game. Let's reflect on this game and try to have a few key takeaways of what I should work on to improve next time. 1. Crosshair placement, crosshair placement, crosshair placement. In this game, it's all about clicking heads, and the best way to click heads faster is having your crosshair already at head level. During games, I need to consciously think, make sure your crosshair placement is high, make sure you're actually aimed on someone's head if they come through X doorway. That conscious thought has gotten me actually more kills than just playing the game in total, because you're actually thinking, I need to click heads. If you're a new player, that's actually probably one of the best things of advice I can give. Coming from any other game, you're not really used to only going for headshots. Headshots are something that come from once in a while and are cool, but headshots in Valorant are everything. Try to stop clicking to the body and taking that extra millisecond to aim up towards the head. You'll get way more kills that way. 2. Don't be too aggressive with peeks. Sometimes it's really good to be aggressive, like in one case I showed, but another time, peeking through smoke on heaven, that's a bad time to be aggressive. Don't throw away rounds for no reason. 3. Improve your comms. I'm not telling you that you need to be an IGL, but at least improve your comms so that they're clear and you get the point across of what you want to accomplish for what round. Take a second before a round starts and say, where am I in this game, and is this round important for XYZ? Should we force? Should we save? Should we be on eco? These are all decisions that you need to make as a team, because if one person is doing their own thing, it's a detriment to the whole team. Making good comms is also making a plan. You don't need to be the strategist, but you at least need to contribute and tell people what you think you're going to do so they can adjust off what their plan is. These three things I need to work at. I need to not only improve all the things I mentioned, but also my mechanical skill, whether it's counter strafing or recoil control. If you want to move up in the ranks, you actually have to be self-reflective and actually attack the things that you're bad at to improve them over time. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I also have a game that I did well in that I might just do commentary over as well. If you're interested in that, please leave a like or a comment if you're interested in seeing that video. But for right now, I'm excited for the new season and I can't wait to see what Valorant has in store for us. Alright, take care and I hope you guys have a good one.